All right.
And then allow me to welcome you officially to the 11th Talent Cafe. Thank you so much for joining us.
Sure.
I'm not very good with introductions, so I will leave it over to you to introduce yourself. But thank you so much for joining us all the way from Kuala Lumpur to share with us the delayed gratification developing talent in our companies. We're looking forward to hearing from you. I think most of the participants have, in any case, looked at your LinkedIn profile and obviously are quite excited to hear what you have to share with us. So good morning.
Sure.
Thank you so much, or good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yeah.
And I will pin your video and then it's over to you. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Cohen. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and it's afternoon here in Malaysia. I would like to bid you all the formal welcome, like how we do in Malaysia. Selamat pagi. Yeah. All right. So I'm here thanks to Cohen, who has made this possible for this Talent Cafe. And I was told that this is the 11th Talent Cafe. And it's a privilege for me to speak to you all on delayed gratification, developing talent for organizational growth. I hope that we could make this webinar interactive webinar rather than just normal webinars where where the person just speaks about and you all just hear and then just go back and nothing happens after that, you see. So let's keep it very interactive. All right. Now, just some ground rules. The first rule is that as Cohen has done, he has started recording today's session. And I don't know whether it will be made available to the rest, but whoever requests for it, I have no qualms and problems about it because I believe that knowledge is to be shared to everyone. And the second rule is this, although we have a problem with the bandwidth, as far as possible, if it's possible, if you could keep your videos on later for the fact that whenever we need to interact, that'll be good. This is the irony that we have today. If you look in school days, those days, skipping school is like getting out of the school and running away. Today, skipping webinars or skipping your sessions and all is very easy. You just have to turn off the computer audio and the video and there you go. All right. Okay. Yeah. Just to give a brief about myself before we could maybe briefly speak and find out about y'all. My name is Asohan. My surname is Satkunasingham. I have been in the field of HR for the last 29 years. And I have been actually in various capacity. The last thing just before I started my own company called Always People. As you know, the name itself is Always People. In every way, it's still people. The last thing that I had in an organization is about taking care of about 19,000 employees. So as you can see that this is my corporate outfit after so many years in the corporate life. What I've lost is I've lost a lot of hair at the top there. All right. So I've been in as an industrial expert with the Ministry of Human Resources Malaysia. Wherever there's an issue in terms of HR or what, they used to call and ask for advice or opinions in the sense. I've sat with the Industrial Court of Malaysia. The Industrial Court is an industrial tribunal for employers and employees, where an employee or an employer who has an issue can go back to the tribunal to seek for redressal. And I'm also the evaluation panel for the National Occupational Skills Standards. This is something that where you talk about how to provide the framework for skill standards in the country. Just example, like you're talking about an administrative position, how do we create the skill standards so that everyone will follow a particular standard in terms of competency and all. And I presented various papers, and the hallmark in terms of moving away from whatever I've done in HR is actually my contribution back to the community by my books, where in 2014, I authored my first book titled A+B = C. You might be thinking that what is A+B = C? It's a nursery rhyme or what? No, it is as easy as ABC. It is attitude plus behavior equals to character. Why attitude behavior equals to character is an area of HR where we emphasize a lot on the B aspects, which is behavior, which I will show you how the idea of delayed gratification could improve in terms of organizational growth by managing your talents and developing them. Then in 2017, I went on to co-author another book titled, Are You the Missing Piece? Don't Leave a Hole Behind in This World. It is actually a book in terms of seeking for yourself, that many of us in the 6 billion population feel that we are lost. We don't have anything to contribute to the nature, to the world and all. This book is actually telling you that, look here, you are also a talent that you can contribute back in your own ways that you can see. So this is briefly about me. And before I could start, I would appreciate if you all could just briefly get the mic. Maybe you don't want to show your faces. Just explain, like example, Joey, you just have to explain your name and where you from, how long you have been in the field of human resources. Can we, yeah, Joey, go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Shona. I am from
Shona,
the National Commission on Research, Science and Technology. I've been in the field for 12 years now.
Wow. Okay, a dozen years, huh?
12 years.
Yeah, 1 dozen.
Sorry?
1 dozen. 12 years is 1 dozen years.
Well.
Okay, thanks, Joanna. Anyone next? Just a quick one.
Shall I go? Luzon?
Yeah.
Okay, hi, I'm Luzon
Hi.
Gutierrez. I am in Windhoek as well. I work for BDO in Namibia, and I am the HR training and development manager, and I've been in the position for 3 years, but I hold an honors degree in psychological counseling.
Wow,
So
okay, that's great. That's great. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. Nice meeting you. Next.
I can go on?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, my name is Maurice Lekela. Yeah, I also from Windhoek, Namibia.
Okay.
I actually work for the government.
Oh, you're with the government. Which ministry?
Yeah, I work for the Office of the Prime Minister in the Department of Public Service Management. And responsible for human resource development. So when I check this, I think I want to tap it from your wealth of experience and see how.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks, Maurice. Yeah. Next, anyone? Wow, I can hear someone is driving a speed car now. All right, so the rest don't want to talk. It's okay, never mind. Let's move on then. Thanks for those who have done the introduction. At least we got to know each other. Maybe as we go along, we'll get to know each other better. And just to tell you that next year, I'll be celebrating my 30th year in the HR field.
Wow.
3 decades. Wow, that's a long time. All right. Today's sharing is basically on 3 areas. We will talk about talent development in the perspective of how talent development is shaped and grown on a delayed gratification basis. We will talk what is delayed gratification basis, what is delayed gratification is all about, and how a delayed gratification process could actually develop your talent in more profound ways for organizational growth. So this is what we are going to do today, these 3 areas on how we are going to go about getting this done. All right. Now, the learning objective, there is only one, because on a webinar, if I'm going to put 5 or 6, it's not going to work. We are going to talk only about one objective, is to ensure how you all are able to root the practice of delayed gratification in developing your talents for your organization's growth. That's all. That is the only thing that we are going to do today. So now, if you have your phones, you can snap this code here. You can take this QR code, or if you are in your laptop, you can go to www.menti.com, use this code 3933040, and I want you all to do this exercise on, in one word, describe what is talent to you. What is talent all about in just one word? I don't want you to give me a story of once upon a time, that kind of story. Just one word. Talent means inborn. Talent means great. Talent means something. What is in your own word? You can describe as many as 3. Please go ahead, quick one, so we don't have to spend a lot of time, and we can go to the next one further.
Yeah.
So let's see what's coming along. Okay, we see skill, we see potential, we see gift, we see ability, we see knowledge. Okay, let's keep it coming. Quick. Let's see how fast it goes. This is like the stock market. We have to move. Okay, let's see. Yeah, what's coming along? Anyone else type? All right, we can see knowledge is coming a lot. People talk about it a lot. As it starts growing, you can see knowledge is something that, okay, ability is now coming in. All right, everyone feels that ability is talent. All right, what else? Potential. All right, have everyone finished? Oh, still knowledge, okay. We have unique attributes. All right. Anyone else? Come, let's go. All right, potential, knowledge, ability, gift. That's very interesting, huh? So talent is all about gift. Talent is all about knowledge. Talent is all about potential. Talent is all about ability. Okay, it's about some say that unique attributes, capacity and all. All right, so basically everyone has keyed in. So from this Mentimeter, you can see the word that is the biggest is the one that is mostly used. That means, example, that means it's like a poll indirectly. Yeah? So you can see potential. So when we say in one word to describe talent, everyone feels that it's about potential, it's about the ability, it's about the knowledge, it's about the gift. Some says there's capacity, some feel that it's a unique attribute, and all these other areas, including skill. All right, this is interesting. So let me stop sharing and go back to the our slides now. All right, so that is about talent, right? So in one word, my version is this. Talent is actually all about developing our natural attributes, our DNA. Would you agree? Would you all agree that talent is all about our DNA? So schools actually are the people who are supposed to enhance this capacity. Why? So that companies could have the kind of talent that they want. Sadly, in many schools, in many countries, including Malaysia, we have this problem. Why? Because there is always this issue of political will, isn't it? So as long as there's no political will, we will go on talking about talent development, talent attraction, talent retention until the cows come home. And we will not get a solution. And what will happen is we'll keep on having webinars like this. So in order to resolve this, actually, if you ask me, the best way to do talent development is going back to the schools. So what companies should do now as HR practitioners, since Maurice is from the government itself, what you all should do is get industries and the schools together on a symbiotic relationship, working hand in hand in order to get this talent agenda forward. Why? Very simple. For me, there is 2 ends to a school. The end results of a school is 2. Number 1 is every school must be able to develop character. That is where you get good governance. No use having talent, but the talent is without integrity. I think that is the biggest issue now today. As I was reading some of the articles and all about Namibia, I think you all are trying to find the best way to reduce this issue of integrity, corruption, and all these things, right? So that is one. Yeah. The second one that schools need to do, the end of any school is, the end consumer of any school is the organization, is the corporation. Would you all agree?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but very sad, we feel that schools today must be good manufacturing machines. We just get the kind of children we want, all with the excellent A's, excellent studies and everything. At the end of the day, the child is not able to unleash the talent that he has inside him. So this is the biggest failure in many school systems, which companies today are having a difficulty. The actual way a school should operate is, if you, example, like Cohen, Cohen has a talent in which area? Just say he plays guitar very well. So use the talent and unleash the talent so that at the end of the day, Cohen will become an accomplished guitarist. That guitarist accomplishment could take him far in his economical enhancement and his social building. Would you all agree that should be the way, right? Yeah. So this is the biggest thing. So that is the reason why I aptly put that talent is all about a new DNA, developing natural attributes for nation building. So if you are in the field of HR, like there was another person who was in the field of training and development. If you are in this field, it is something like a very sacred thing that you are actually, you are God's given and chosen person to develop your employees so that they have the kind of talent that they could return the talent in order to improve the revenues and build profits for the organization. And in return, they too improve their economic and social growth in that sense. So, and give this a thought. In my other way of looking at talent is this. An attitude with gratitude gives magnitude to one's aptitude to reach new altitude. Would you agree there? Yeah, so this is my quote. I always say that talent is all about attitude, and the attitude is not only by the talent, by the employee, it's also by the employer. Employees and employer need to work together in order to enhance and grow talent for an organization. It is just not the employee's work, it is also the employer's duty to ensure that they have that attitude to push the kind of magnitude so that their people can grow to reach all the heights that they want in their life and for the organization. So harnessing and putting this together, number one, I believe sincerely that talent is inborn. Every one of us have a talent in our own way. The question is, how do you develop it naturally so that you are able to unleash to perform the kind of the way that you want, so that thereon you will optimize your performance. So this is what talent is all about. So for those who are in the learning and development field, this is your challenge. How you are going to get the talent which is already there, how you are going to develop it, how you are going to unleash it to perform so that it can optimize its performance for both organization and for the person himself. So this is what we call organizational growth all about. All right, so now get ready a pen and paper. Please listen to this 4.5 minutes video. I want you to closely observe each kids and their reactions. There are about 8 children here in this video, and each of them is about 2 girls and 6 boys. All right. I want you to keep your focus on the pair, which is a girl and a boy as a pair, and see their interactions and everything. I want you to write down your observations. Okay, and this will be used for your discussion later. All right, because after this we will have a breakout session, and so that you can break out and discuss with your respective group and appoint your spokesperson or whoever it is to give some brief. Clear? All right, so let's see the video now.
Okay, scoot up. Okay, so here's the deal.
Can you all hear? If y'all can hear, yes. All right, okay, good, all right.
There's a marshmallow. You can either wait, and I'll bring you back another one, so you can have 2, or you can eat it now. So you can eat it now, or you can wait, and I'll bring you back 2, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so I have 1 marshmallow for each of you.
Okay.
1.
Don't eat it?
And here's the deal. You can either eat it now, or you can wait till I get back, and you can have 2. Okay?
Okay.
So eat it now, or wait till I get back, and you can have 2. And I'll be back in a little.
If we wait, you'll give us 2?
Yep, if you wait, you'll get 2. Or you can eat it now, whichever you want. Okay? I'll be back in a little bit.
away. I wonder what we're gonna do. So, we're gonna eat it? If I want to eat something. Well, we're still not gonna get to. But if you wait until she gets back, she'll give you 2. She still won't give you 2 because you ate it. Some of it. And I didn't eat a single bite of it. So don't show her, okay?
There you go. Okay, so I have this marshmallow, and you can eat it now, or if you wait a little bit, I'll bring back 2 for you to eat, okay? How you doing, Sam? Good. What are you making? Okay, well, I'm gonna go and, I haven't found marshmallows yet, so I'm gonna look for some more, but you stay here, and if you haven't eaten that one, I'll bring you back another one, okay? I'll be right back.
Well, you're eating, not waiting for her to get back.
Chiquita, she put it.
Oh, that's okay. That's still not good. Let's say Richard.
Here it comes.
There.
Oh, what happened?
She ate her.
Oh, okay. Hi, Hunter, you win! You get 2! Good job! You can eat it. You can eat them now.
So weren't the kids adorable? Isn't they? They were very cute, right? Yeah. All right. All right. So now we will, before we do a Zoom breakout session, what we will do is that you'll be given 7 minutes in the breakout room. I want you all to take the first 2 minutes to quickly get to know your team members briefly, the first 2 minutes. All right. And then the rest 5 minutes, I want you all to start discussing on the video. What I want you all to do is, number 1, appoint a spokesperson to provide the answers to the following 2 questions only. Nothing else. Number 1, what did you observe from the kids' reaction? So I hope you all can write that down. Number 1, what did you observe from the kids' reaction? If you all would have observed all 8, fantastic. Or if you would have just seen 1 or 2, it's fine. That's the reason this group discussion, maybe some would have observed kid number 1, some would have observed kid number 2 or something like that. And number 2, how this reaction is related to talent development. All right. How is this reaction from the children gives you an idea or an impetus to relate it to talent development. Okay, so I want you to think along that line. Are you all able to understand the question?
Yes.
Can
it's clear,
okay.
Thank you.
Okay, clear. All right. So now I'll leave it to Cohen to do the breakout session for y'all.
Right, I've opened it.
So please click and go to your rooms. At the end of the day, it's only Cohen and myself should be here.
So can I shift you around, or how do I do that?
Later I will move around to each group. Maybe you can just assign me to group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, group 5 for a while, and I'll come on.
You're assigned to group 1 at the moment.
Yeah, I don't want to go in yet because let them discuss first. Yeah. And here there's another person by the name of she's still Hikatsuma. Is that the right way to pronounce the name?
Which one?
There's one Hikatsuma.
Ilya.
Okay, all right. Okay, done. Okay, good. Okay, good. So they're all in the breakout room now. How's it so far, Cohen? Okay?
Yes, very good. Thank you.
Okay.
So it's counting down. Okay. Are you able to join the different rooms and jump in and out?
Yeah. Okay. Now you put me in. Let me go to group 1 first. How many groups are there?
3.
3 groups, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Put me to
little
group
bit
1
more
first.
Than 5. Yeah.
Okay. Let me go to group 1 first.
Okay. Can you do it yourself, or do I need to put you in?
No, I think you have to, because I'm not the host. Only the host can do breakout rooms.
Because I put you on as co-host.
Yeah, because I'm a co-host, so you need to assign me to the room.
Okay, so I'm gonna move you then to group. I've already invited you to join group 1, so I'm gonna invite you to join.
Okay. Can you invite me now again?
I'm gonna move you to room 2. There you go.
Okay. All right. I'll join. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so sorry, I'll go. The one thing that stood out for me was that little girl. She was not waiting around for it. She got up and she went to look where they are with the marshmallows. So I quite like that, because that's for me like a go-getter. You know, I'm not going to sit around and wait for somebody to bring it to me. I'm going to go get up and go get it for myself. So I quite liked that. And then something that most of the kids did was just a little bit, just a little taste.
Yeah.
Wait, but I'm not really following the rules. I'm going to see how I can bend it without going too far.
Hi, Edwina. We are in breakout rooms. I've assigned you to a breakout room. And she's got.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, for me is lack of patience in the little ones. To wait for what is coming.
Points, like what did we observe? The behavior of the children.
I think I've observed temptation as I was watching with one eye. Temptation in the process. And yeah,
Yes, I think I agree with you. It was really difficult for the children to wait. And if they were not really eating, they were trying to leak and all sorts of things in the process of waiting. So I just picked up that patience among the kids was quite a challenge.
Yes.
Yes.
Patience was quite a challenge. And also on the other hand, I think it was an attractive proposal, actually.
Okay. I think from my side, what I noticed, I actually saw the boy.
I moved you into another.
I got, okay. Yeah, I saw you. You were in the same room. It's okay. I think they're discussing well. That's good.
So there was people getting in and out. I assigned 4 rooms, but they looked like they lost connection, and then they came back in again.
That's normal. That you know, when the bandwidth drops, you will get kicked out, and then you have to assign them back.
Yes.
That is
Okay.
the
So we're
constraint.
we have 45 seconds, and then the breakout is over.
All right. Okay. Sure.
This is a new skill for me. It's the first time I did a breakout.
Oh, really?
We've done a breakout. I've participated, but I've not managed a breakout before.
It's easy, right?
Yeah,
it's fine, right?
Yeah.
Good. I use these a lot because see, the idea is that in order for you to get engagement in a Zoom session, always very tough because you are talking when the other participants you don't know what they're doing from the other side of it.
Yes.
And then when when I started asking to introduce and all, you see, not many people will speak in the beginning.
No.
Yeah, on a normal class, on a normal face-to-face, you can do this because you see them and then you talk to them, they'll give you an answer. Here they can hide away from you. You can't do anything. You can't go and tell them, hey, please talk and all, So this is the way that we do. We test always the participants' engagement in this way.
Yes. Right. Let's see.
All right. I think it's about time finished.
They're enjoying their conversations. The
I think
rooms are going to close in 30 seconds. I think they're still chatting.
Okay. Hope everyone is out from the breakout room by then.
They're still having a conversation.
Yeah. Okay, they are coming back.
Got Erwin is back with us.
Is it okay, Kovan, if we take a bit slightly longer? Is it fine, the session?
Yeah, I normally give them a time to check out if they have other things to do, and then we leave it open for Q&A.
All right, okay.
Okay, so where's everybody?
Wow, that was very quick.
That was too quick.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Oh,
yeah, after 2, no problem. But now I'm busy up to 1.
Just now was just like a tea session for y'all, in a normal face-to-face, we will have tea breaks and all. This is just like a normal tea break for y'all, but without a tea. Okay, is everyone back, Coach?
Yes, we're back.
Okay, good. All right. Okay, thank you. Thanks for your participation. I went into 2 rooms. I managed to go into 2 rooms, and I saw the excitement and the kind of discussion that was going around. It is very heartening to see this, that there is a lot of excitement created here. Thanks a lot. So now let's go and reflect. What we do now is, let me know by typing in the chat box, one takeaway learned from the kids. Now, since we have a small group, I don't think we need to use the chat so much. Why not, if you can just unmute and just tell me what is the one takeaway learned. Anyone? Yeah, what is the one takeaway?
I would like to say communication.
All right, communication. It's so important. All right, good. Thanks, Maurice. Next.
Patience.
Yeah, patience is virtue, isn't it? So talent development is all about patience. You cannot plant today a tree expecting a fruit to come tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah, so it takes time. Thanks. Anyone else?
Included in patience, we also noted that the one girl didn't wait for it to come to her. She went to check where it is. So also personal responsibility, I would say.
Yes, yes, that is, yeah, you're right. That is one thing. The other thing, that is also another way of looking at it in terms of taking ownership, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So today's way of looking at talent development is, many of them in the earlier days feel that the employer has to take responsibility to develop your talent. Today is the other way around. It is every individual's way to develop their own talent. Why? Because we have moved to a knowledge economy today. Knowledge is power. Is if you realize that when we talked about one word that you describe on talent, many of them said it's all about knowledge. Yes, because why? Today we are in a knowledge economy. In a knowledge economy, you can find any way to learn. See, we have never come to this level where I'm from Malaysia speaking and sharing my knowledge with you all in Namibia. If I have to take a flight and come all the way, you know how many days it goes off. You know, today is just like that instantaneously. You're in the morning, I'm in the afternoon, and boom, we are all talking and interacting. We are doing discussions and all now. Right? This thing, yeah, okay. Anyone else?
I think from a facilitator's perspective, one should be able to give clear instructions, because as you could see, some children didn't really get the instruction correctly.
I agree with you. Thanks a lot. That's a good observation. You see, this is where when I did my master's research, I did a full quantitative research, as I was highlighting to you all. I did research based on factors that affects employees' job performance. What determines an employee's job performance? You know, among all my 36 factors that I've loaded into to get at the end of the day using a multiple regression analysis, you know what was the 2 factors that decides the most strongest factor that predicts job performance? It was job clarity. Like what you have stated. If you don't give enough clarity in what you're saying, people are unable to grow in your organization. That's a very good observation. Thanks a lot. Anyone else?
Yeah, this is Russell.
Someone said also, oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Yeah, Joseph.
Someone said in our group that about obedience, but I want to change it to compliance. There was one kid who really was so compliant to the instructions and waited and didn't even look at the suite.
Right. So, but my question is, being obedient and compliant today is not about talent development. See, you can be, yes, sir, 3 bags full, sir, 1 for you, 1 for me, and none for the master. We can do that. But then you're not going to get innovation and creativity from anyone if you're going to stifle their mind, you know. I don't think obedience is something that we should look at today in talent development. It's all about unleashing the inherent talent of a person. If you put people in a confined environment and stifle them, I don't think you're going to get talent development. All right. I mean, this is the way I perceive it. All right. Yes. So let's look. Yeah. So let's look at the second one. Yeah. So appoint your spokesperson. I think you would have appointed your person who's going to speak. And can you share your group's findings? Who is in the group 1? Who was the group 1 head? Yeah, Lisa was telling driving own development. Yes, that is one of it. Yeah. Okay, anyone group 1, who is the, you mean everyone was a spokesperson? You all didn't appoint a leader? Or you all forgotten, so you all also didn't take the instructions properly.
I think the time catch us before we delve into the second point.
Okay. All right. So,
that.
Okay, then can anyone in group 1 summarize what was your group's findings? Let's do it quickly. No? Okay, group 2.
Lisa?
Yeah, Lisa, go ahead. Hello? Okay, what about group 3?
Lisa posted in the chat box, maybe she can't unmute herself. She said, driving own development is key.
Okay, yes, driving old development is the key. All right, yeah, all right. Okay, so that is what is all about, that is summarized. Anyone else has a perspective? What could you summarize from the whole thing? Now, won't you agree that the main thing that we looked at here is about staying focused, is it shifting focus? Would you agree? See, when we have a temptation, immediate temptation, this is all about corruption also, you know. That's a clear example. If you are so easily tempted to be corrupted, the guy will just go on, the person will go on with you because he knows that you're so vulnerable to many things and very easy. Your attitude, your behavior, and your character is not shaped properly. So you get into this easy temptation on an instant gratification, then you lose everything on a long run. So staying focused and shifting focus on from temptation is one way to exercise what is known as delayed gratification. All right, so that is what delayed gratification is all about. But if you look at the pair, the girl and boy, what do they resemble? That pair will be actually, they eventually, when they grow, they'll become human resource managers. Would you agree? Yeah, especially that guy, isn't it, was telling, hey, don't go anywhere, don't walk anywhere, sit down, okay, wait for your second marshmallow. So this is what HR people do, right? All right. Okay, so that is some reflection. So some facts about the marshmallow test. This was a test done, the proponent of this marshmallow test was none other than the psychologist, Professor Walter Mischel in 1960. Now, he came out with his illustrious work on this word on delayed gratification, on how a person has the ability to exercise delayed gratification and exert self-control so that they are able to increase their level of willpower. Now, what was his findings? His findings at that moment found two things. Number one, those who were able to exercise on delayed gratification had better results on the later years of their life. So if you are looking at talent development in that perspective, although now we have talent development in terms of those who are high performers or high potentials or whatever it is, if you look at every employee that you have, you will be able to see whether those who have exercised this delayed gratification are able to grow leaps and bounds in their career and in their lives later on. And those who are unable to exercise delayed gratification was easily gone into temptation and all. They became a lot, they went into a lot of crimes and evil things and all in life. So this is what the study helps. So for those who are in the field of psychology, this study helps a lot. And let's see what was the marshmallow test finding then. Now, they put people into three groups. The first group, they put them imagining how the marshmallows are like clouds, being round, white, and puffy. So what was the results? These children in the group, they be able to visualize those qualities, of the marshmallows. So they were able to visualize and hold it very long, in the sense, in their mind. The second group, imagine marshmallow as the thing that is sweet, chewy, and soft, which is what marshmallow is all about. So the second group was a control group. Now, the third group went beyond that. The third group was put to test in terms of to visualize the crunchiness and the saltiness of the pretzels, something not related to marshmallows, totally different. But you see, these children, because they could exercise and visualize and stay focused on something different, they produce the longest delayed gratification in this exercise. So what it could be said is this, the pleasure fell from indulging to an unavailable temptation, as in the group 3, distracts the children to even more in the way that they perceive in their mind and thought about the temptation before them. So this was the third thing. And today, because of the difference in the social economics things and all, we have people who are rich. You will ask, rich children, can we shift them from the temptation? Of course, they'll tell, what is so great about marshmallow, right? I can buy a lot of marshmallows. So in this situation, because of their socio-economic background, it leads to further succeed them later in their life, because they are also able, as long as they're able to exercise delayed gratification, they too will improve their lives later. So this is the findings of the test of the marshmallow. So now this test of this marshmallow test has also a significance on the Chinese analogy of a Chinese bamboo. Now, why the Chinese community, if you look in China and all, they have a lot of reverence in the bamboo, because bamboo is something about valor, something about dignity, something about pride. It is also a staple food. It's also a food for the pandas and everything. So China, for the Chinese, bamboo has a lot of reverence. Now, I want to use the analogy of this Chinese bamboo to talk in terms of talent development. What is this Chinese bamboo? This Chinese bamboo plant is something very different. It's not a tree, right? It's a plant, Chinese bamboo plant. In the first year, when you plant, you know, these farmers, when they plant, they see the ground. The first year, after pouring water and all, nothing comes out of the ground. Second year, nothing. Third year, oh, I'm having a difficulty. What's happening? Third year, also nothing. Now, let me ask you something. If you are having someone in an organization, after 3 years, there's no promotion, nothing. What will they do? They will resign and go, isn't it? Or they'll demand, how come I'm not ready for a promotion? How come I don't have a promotion? How come you're not developing me fast? This is what it is. Even in a business, if 3 years you don't see any revenue in your business, boom, you give up, you close the business. But the Chinese bamboo is a bit different. The farmers in the Chinese bamboo goes on to the 4th year again, after rain, after shine, after watering, after manuring, again putting all kinds of fertilizer. Year 4, nothing comes out of the ground. Now, what would you do if for the 4 years, nothing, there's no results? What would you all do actually, many of you all? The guess is very simple, isn't it? You give up. You give up and you close shop. But you know what happens in the 5th year? One tiny shoot grows out and the farmer says, hurrah, hooray. And you know what happens with this tiny shoot that grows? It becomes a bamboo. You know, how tall does it grow to the next 6 weeks? 6 weeks, you know, any guess? Can anyone tell me? Can you just type in the chat, how tall will this thing, how many feet would it grow in the next 6 weeks? Quick, quick. 1 meter. Some more. Let's see. Keep coming. Let's see. What is it? Okay, Cohen says 1 meter. 1 meter is about 3 feet, 3.5 feet. Okay. Anyone else? Please don't take your measuring tape and start measuring a bamboo plant now. 2 feet, 27 feet. All right. Okay. Okay, Lisa is 27 feet. 6 meters. 6 meters is about 20 feet. Okay, I want it in feet. How many feet? 5 meters. It's about 18, 5 times 3, 18 feet. Anyone else? You all are very far away. Your guess is very far. All right, so we have these guesses. That's all? Okay, let me tell you. Yeah?
More than 27 meters.
Yeah, you know, in the next 6 weeks, listen, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, nothing, zero. Year 5, one tiny shoot comes out. Thereon, within the next 6 weeks, it grows to an astounding 90 feet tall bamboo. Wow. Interesting, right? Wow, yes, real wow. What happens indirectly is every year it grows 16 feet tall on an average if you look at it. Sure. Now, what has happened with the bamboo actually? Do you all think that the last 5 years was the sleeping years, nothing happened?
It was putting down roots.
Yeah, 90 feet in meters, someone was asking. It's about 30 meters. All right. So now what happened with this Chinese bamboo for the last 5 years actually? The last 5 years, it was using all its energy and its will and everything to build the kind of roots, the fibrous roots for its ground to hold, because it understands that at the end of the 5th year, it has to hold a 90 feet tall bamboo. Without a strong foundation, it can never grow 90 feet tall. So this is something that you need to now think and put it into your perspective in terms of talent development. It all starts with a solid root system. So talent development is similar. You will need to find the best way to develop your talents by having the fundamentals in your organization. People should not grow too fast, because by growing anything fast, you can also drop very fast. You know, there is a cartoon, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, that cartoon has a very strong wording that they always use that keeps me reminded, you know, that the taller you are, the harder you fall, isn't it? Yes, but the taller you are, if you have solid root systems embedded in your system, you grow and hold yourself very strong. So talent development is all about going through that growth process. Nothing comes easy, nothing comes fast. So for many of y'all who feel that your talent, those who are high potentials, you need to give them something very fast, quick wins and everything. Eventually that will also be boredom for them. They can never grow that way. You need to find a way how to grow your high talents in the way that similar to these Chinese bamboo roots. Then you see things are very sustainable. The next one, it takes small, tiny actions daily to build your roots for better outcomes. Now, as you can see, what is seen today is money, success, status. This is what many of them can see. But if you really think about long-term development and growth, all that cannot be seen is the hard work, the persistence, the late nights that the people put, the efforts, the company builds, takes a lot of time, all kinds of issues that they face, all kinds of criticism that they look, all kinds of risk factor even the organization or the employee takes in order to grow. So if you look at it in this perspective, this is where I always say that if you really develop talent in this manner, your fifth year will also come, just like the Chinese bamboo. Look at some of the classic examples of the halls of the fifth year. If you look, who is this? Anyone got an idea? Thomas Alva Edison, isn't it? The guy who created the light bulb. Many of them looked at Thomas Edison's light bulb and the bulb that he was holding as the success. But do you know something? He took 9,999 failures to get that 10,000 success. So he took many years of building that roots for his end of the day success to see the 90 feet tall bamboo. The next one, Warren Buffett, is a very classic example, isn't it, of value investing. And today, if you look at him, he's Berkshire Hathaway. If you have invested $1,000 US in 1965, that $1,000 will be worth 1 million today. So that is value investing. That is what delayed gratification is all about. The third one, anyone knows who is this? Oprah. Okay, yeah. You all would know Oprah's life, isn't it? What her life was and all. And today she became a media mogul, isn't it? And the last one, who is this?
It's her.
It's her means? Of course, it's her.
Viola Davis.
Dr. Duman. Helena Duman.
Yeah, Dr. Helena Duman, isn't it? Yeah, you are right. Okay, what was Dr. Helena's work? She's an ophthalmologist. She was the very first pioneer ophthalmologist in Namibia, right? And she has given eyesight for about 35,000 Namibians. Interesting, isn't it? And then in 2004, she was awarded the Grand Award Commander of the Order of Namibia, first class, right? For all her work. So these are the people, are some of the examples who have developed a solid route for them to develop their talent and see the fifth year just like the Chinese bamboo. I believe many of us have the same example. I give you an example of my book's journey itself. It's just like the same like the Chinese bamboo. When I started my maiden book in 2014, that was the cover of the book. It has gone in 2014, it was promoted in many bookstores nationwide and all. And then in 2016, many corporate companies started embracing it. And then in 2017, I reached my 5,000 book copies. In Malaysia, 5,000 book copies is something very great. And then in 2018, I was inducted as a member for the International Best-Selling Author. And then in 2019, I went on with the book. And then in 2020, that was the new book cover that I have, which is the same book which has gone through a lot in terms of this. So if you look at it, this is akin to the same like Chinese bamboo. This is what we call a natural development process. Talent development is the same. Okay, so if you look back into the Chinese bamboo, it was all the attitude of the farmer, isn't it? It is his attitude, the farmer's attitude. Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, never fail. No, I'm not going to give up. Let people laugh at me. You know, all those people who will be laughing at the farmer. In 4 years, nothing came out. But he said, no, I can see it, it's coming. Because of that, at the end of the 5th year, that small shoot that came out in the 5th year changed the behavior and the attitude of everybody after that. And that is what character all about, that gives you the 90 feet tall bamboo. And that is what talent development is all about. So if you look at the state of talent in coming to Namibia, if you look at your CEO of Diamond, this is one of the biggest diamond corporation, isn't it? You have there. She has told very clearly that is to keep up with skills development is what talent development is all about. And that is the most difficult part, because today we are also challenged with this issue of COVID. Things have changed. The pandemic has changed the way we work. So keeping up with skill development and keeping the growth of the organization is another challenge. So if you look at this Deloitte CFO report in 2019, June 2019, for Namibia's case, they have shown some of the shortcomings in terms of talent development. The first one they've identified is career progression. If you don't have good career progressions to show people, you are unable to develop and grow talent. In terms of compensation increase, because I think the economy of Namibia has not been very strong, has been stagnated for many years. So compensation has not grown up. So people who have talent and all feel that they can't grow because there's no compensation increase. The third one, trust in leadership. Okay, the issue of trust, and then the issue of job security and the new opportunities in the market as the market grows. So this is all the things that they talked about talent development. So ask yourself, if you're talking about talent development, what competencies do you need now and what you need going forward? Who on your team that you best employ will be able to assist you on all this? Second question, ask yourself also, if someone considers critical resigns, someone who's considered very critical in your job resigns tomorrow, do you have the bench strength to backfill the position? Do you have people in your organization who can take over those positions? So is your current talent able to be developed for the success in terms of succession of the position? The third thing that you need to ask, given the priority in each department over the next 12 months, who are the deputies dependable to execute those priorities? If you're able to identify that, it's good. If not, you need to start doing that. Despite how talented does this employee contribute in a negative way of the organization, you also need to ensure your talent do not spoil your culture of your organization. No use having someone talented, but at the end of the day, he destructs the organization. That is also not good. So when evaluating your key players, does your company consider their individual values as part of a larger whole? So do you contribute their individual values, or you take it as a group or a team value? So these are the kind of questions that you need to ask going forward. So with that, what is the talent strategy in terms of talent development? Talent development can only take place if you work on these three strategies. Number one, the first strategy must be on talent attraction at the point of getting in your employee, the talent itself. So what is the work shifts and the trends that you have? You need to see in terms of context of Namibia, where you all are in terms of the workforce shift. Where is the shift of the economy is going? What are the new trends that is taking place that could move away your talent, where your talent can go to another place? Number two, re-evaluating your work arrangements today with COVID and all, in terms of working from home, looking at it, because new talents are looking for all these in terms of changing the way work is done and creating the fit from onset. That means at the beginning itself, you find a way to create the kind of culture that you want and how this talent is going to fit into that culture. You don't want to come to a situation where if you employ an employee who is totally a misfit, who could cause a lot of problem in your organization later. We don't want this kind of a situation happening in your organization. Number two, strategy number two, how do you talk about talent retention? How do you treat your talent pool? That means you need to know, you need to identify who is your talent, who are your high performers, who are your high potentials, and who are the non-performers. What are you going to do with them? And retaining talent and managing general aspirations. Hello? Yeah. Hello? Sorry. Yeah. So each, please mute. Yeah. So retaining talent and managing generation aspiration. Today, generations are different. We have generation Y today, who is in the workforce, which is coming to almost 50% of the total workforce in the world. And we have the generation Z, the new generation, which will start coming in the year 2022 onwards. Their way of thinking, their aspiration, their expectations are totally different. And then in terms of talent retention, peer support, I always believe that if you can bring a close friend to your company, you see that retention takes place longer. And then also managers. People are not looking today you as a manager or the worst thing, the word boss anymore. People want to see you as a mentor, where you can be someone that they can look up to you as a person to develop and grow them. And the last one, the issue of work-life integration. How you integrate your work and how you integrate your life together so that both works in parallel. And the third one, the strategy, is the talent development itself. How you create succession planning. I always say the hallmark of a good leader is to name his successor and develop and grow him. That is the hallmark of a good leader. Number two, have career maps. So show your employees how they come into the company the next year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. How do they grow with your company? How do they become in terms of like the Chinese bamboo? Year 1, year 2. Tell them that if they don't see anything, don't give up. Continue, persevere. And sooner or rather, they will see their 5th year coming and they will grow too. Number 3, your performance reviews. Change in terms of your performance review rather than talking about historical issues. Talk about something in terms of performance conversations, something that they can look forward to. Have quick check-ins with your performance conversations where you tell them that how they could improve something going forward rather than looking backwards. So move away from feedbacks, talk about feed forwards, because feed forwards become very positive rather than feedbacks, which is very reactive. And then talk about utilization, how talents could be utilized in order to create optimization. And I believe that if you can do this, you will really see things very different in your organization. So ladies and gentlemen, time to reset. So we were actually present with a purpose for our presence in this earth, in this world, and in your organization. So the message is very simple: reflect and practice it in the present and see where you can find ways to improve your organization. So with that, I thank you and thanks Cohen for today's day, and I've completed the hour's webinar. And I hope it is not how you start, but how you complete counts. So practice nurturing your roots for talent and for your organizational growth. And for those who are interested, I would appreciate if you can go to my Facebook page, which is there, www.facebook.com/AB of character. That is where I have a lot of articles, a lot of thoughts that I've given on my book and on how things should be perceived. With that, thank you. I'll stop sharing. If you have anything, then we can discuss together.
Thank you so much. I think that's the end of our session, and we really appreciate it. Before everybody logs off, if you can maybe just turn your video on, that we can take a group picture.
Is there any questions? Is there any Q&A? Is there any questions that you all want to ask?
And then if you have questions, you're welcome.
We can take 1 or 2 questions before we go.
Mine is not really a question. It was like I had this comparison of like an athlete that performs like a soccer player.
Yeah.
And he does play very well and he has a talent. And when you look at staff members in the offices, they are bogged down by administration and really like, there's not really like a talent to observe. But when you started putting all these examples, and more especially when you put the example of Helena Ndume, then I realized like it's actually the energy that, that actually pushes you to do whatever you are doing, and then you have a talent. Then my doubts are answered by your presentation. Thank you so much.
Thanks, welcome. I would like to take that further on the athletes that you told. Who is the fastest 100-meter sprinter in the world? Usain Bolt, isn't it?
Yes.
Usain Bolt.
Usain Bolt, 9.58 seconds, right? Now, many of us, like what you have told about the athlete or the soccer, this is what it is, isn't it? All we could see Usain Bolt is the thing that we saw, that his success 9.58 seconds. What we didn't see is the route that he took to build, isn't it? To get the 9.58 seconds, how many meters you think he would have ran for the last 5-6 years to practice?
Thousands of kilometers.
It could be thousands and thousands of kilometers. At the end of the day, the success is culminated and funneled to the 9.58 seconds. So this is the same thing in many organizations. If you just look at your talent in terms of growing your company, just as people who are great talents, I think you have failed as an organization. Why? Because I told you that many companies concentrate on their top performers. I always say your top performer is maybe 10% of your total workforce. Then the people who are underperforming and non-performing are another 10%. The most of your performers are the average performers are 80%. So why are you all not doing anything with the 80%? If you look at the Pareto, it is the 80% that is very important. But we give the emphasis thinking that this 20% that we are looking at will influence the 80%. No. If you are just looking at your top performers without worrying about your 80%, sooner or rather later, the 80% will start dwindling numbers down. More will become non-performers because they feel unappreciated. So you ask me, your top performers, if they are a top performer, anyhow they will perform. You need to find a way how to take care of their compensation and their remuneration. You don't need to worry so much on them because they are performers. What you need to put your energy and effort is on your 80% and find a way to get rid of the 10% of your organization if you can't develop them, because eventually they may become a virus in your organization and influence to a large extent that 80% also.
Right.
So take note.
Right. Thank you so much. I think we need to leave it there.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. A fun session next time.
Thanks a lot.
How to develop and how to future-proof your own career as an HR professional. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of you next time. And thank you so much for joining us and sharing.
You taking a group picture?
I did. Thank you.
Thanks.
So we will see you next time. And thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your Friday evening over in Malaysia. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Golan. Thank you. Thanks for the effort.